Hey, hi YouTube, hi everyone. Today in this video we are going to see about builder patterns. In this series we are going to see a lot of creational design pattern. Previously we have seen factory pattern. Now we are going to see builder pattern. Then we are also going to see prototype, singleton and objectful pattern. So if you want to see all the patterns, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get a simple notification. So, and definitely I'm going to use Python in this video because Python is the easiest language which is existing currently in this planet, and all the code will you can find it here. I will push the today's code also in this builder pattern.ipynb. Okay, so that being said, let's move to builder pattern. So all the pattern that we are seeing are creational design pattern because we are going to create something. Here we are going to create some objects, or in other thing we are going to create something different thing, because all things are for creating something. It can be model, it can be package, it can be function, or it can be an object. And how's the life before these patterns? You can also still create each and everything, but the code readability, scalability is not good. So that's why we basically move into this pattern. So to write clean code, understandable code, and each and everything. It's not only about the code is running. It's also about to so that it is following the standards. It can be scalable. It can if we have to modify, it should be easy to modify. It should follow solid or any kind of principle. So that's why. So first of all, let's see how the life before builder pattern looks like. So this is how the code looks before builder pattern. We have, if we have to create a user class, we just pass the init. We have a string representation just to print not only to the object but what actually the object is containing. If you don't have a string representation, you will print the address of the object. Okay, so that's why we need a string representation. How this user class, if we have an object of user class, how it will look like. That's why we have a string representation. Now if you have to call it, just we will create an admin like this. We will pass each and every parameter here to the constructor and it will print an admin. If I just give it a run, it will be like this. So it's pretty simple. Okay, but this good? No, because see, what are the problems here? Hard to remember all the parameters ordered because you have to pass it in an order. Readability is bad. The code is looking messy. Add or remove of any param will also break the code flow. Okay, so this is not good. Okay, you are going to face huge constructor with maybe 10 plus parameters, some optional, some required. Constructor get overloaded, and or multiple init methods get messy. Code readability suffers a lot when you see user maybe admin example.com, none. So it becomes the readability suffers a lot. Okay, so in this scenario we should use builder pattern. So what actually builder pattern is? A pattern that is used to construct complex objects step by step while keeping the construction process separate from the final representation. Okay, and also if you see, this will be basically the client code where client will be knowing that okay, I am going to use this user class to create my object. This is also not good. Okay, so slightly improved pattern can be we are creating a user class where we have a constructor where basically we are calling an init, and then we are having some setters like first name, last name, age, phone number, address, role. Then we are going to have a string representation, and this is how we can create an object. So we are calling user and we are passing this. Now we are calling one by one the setter method like set first name, set last name, set age, set phone, set address, and set role. Here can you observe this is mutable. The object is becoming mutable. We are constructing the complex object step by step, but still it is mutable because once the object has been created, we are changing it. So definitely this is not mutable, but definitely we are having a complex object is basically we are creating step by step. But still here, this is basically a client level code. So again, the client is knowing that I am calling user class to create an object, which is also not good. Okay, if I run it, it will run. Okay, but this is a slightly improved version, but it's not good. Okay, object can exist in incomplete state. If I forget to add any one of the setter, object will be in incomplete state. If you forget to call setter, it may break later. Let's suppose I forgot to call a setter of address, and address may be required in the later stage, it will break. It is not ideal for complex object creations. And readability is also good, but it's not the perfect one. Now let's see some other thing like the builder pattern, main builder pattern. So here we have a user, and I have basically imported a data class and marked it as frozen true to make it mutable, so that once we create a user object, it should never change. Okay, and this is basically we also use data class and or any other class. Okay, wherever we need immutability. So here we have username, email, and all the things, and then also we have a string representation. Now, instead of directly calling this user, we will have a proxy or a layer of abstraction. We have a builder class for it. So in user builder, we have init, we have some setters, and then we have a build method. In this build method, we can also add some validation, like if username and email are, it should be there. If username and email are not there, these are the required parameters, just throw a value error. Then here we are calling the user class, and we are passing all this thing: username, email, first name, last name, and all these things. Okay, so here we are calling it. So builder is knowing that which class needs to be called to create an object, but the client level code will never know, because they will call this user builder. Okay, so this is how it will be used in the client level code. Now the client level code looks very clean. Okay, so we are passing user builder. Initially we are passing two things: username and email, because this builder needs only two things. Then we are calling the setters, like set first name, set last name, set age, and it will be only called on user object. Okay, now we are not we are not creating a object of user class. And here we were initially we were creating a object of user class, and then we were setting something. So it breaks the rule of immutability. Here the object creation becomes mutable, but now we are calling the user builder, which is itself is mutable. This is mutable, this user builder is mutable, but we are constructing the user object at the end. And once this user object is created, we can't mutate it. Okay, so we have called user builder, and it will give a builder object, and then we are calling some methods like set first name, last name, age, and everything. So setter is completed, and then we are calling a build function. So it will validate we have user name or email or not, and then we are passing whatever we have set it. Through using setters, we will call this user class, and we will get an object, and then we will have an admin object. If I just run it, I think I have to run it from here. I will get a admin object. Now we got a immutable object, because if I just want to change like admin dot, maybe I think I can change, let's suppose set address. Okay, so set address, definitely we will not able to do it, because see, now user object has no attribute set address, because this admin is now an object of this user class. Okay, maybe I can show you. Just do it somewhere else. So if I just do it here, print admin. Okay. So what do you think? What will be sorry? What will be the type of it? Okay. Do you think it will be a type of user builder or user? It will be type of user. Okay. It is not a type of user builder. It is object of type user. But we have just used the abstraction layer of user builder. So as we know that user is a frozen class, means it cannot be mutable. So if even if I do like this, um, maybe admin dot set age, and I pass 45, it will not allow me, because user has no attribute set underscore age. Okay, because we are just calling, whenever we have to build an object, we are calling a builder class, not we are not exposing directly the actual class. Okay, so here things becomes immutable, like object becomes immutable. This code looks more readable than the other one. So this is good to have a builder pattern. Okay, I'm just removing it because I have to also push this code. Okay, so when we should think about builder pattern, when object has many optional or configuration parameters, you want to create different representations of the same object construction process, or you want immutability but still allow step-by-step building. Here we are building the object step by step, but it is immutable. Okay, and what are the advantages? Like it improves readability, and it separates construction logic from the object creation logic. We have a proxy layer, which is the builder class. We are not exposing the direct class to the client layer code. It supports building variants without changing the main class. We can also create different variants. I'm not covering that in this video because video will become very long, but you can also create variants of it. Let's suppose you want to create a variant of admin whose first name, last name, you want to set something else. You want to keep age none. You want to set the role as admin. So you can also create some variants. Okay. Then the limitations. So basically, it adds a extra class. Like this was the product level code. This one, and this was a builder for it. So definitely it adds some extra class. So it always depend. Okay. Like if you are working on small or simple projects, it is not worth it. Whatever patterns we are learning, it doesn't mean that every time whenever you are creating an object you have to follow it. No, if your project is very simple, small, and it's working fine, currently you are not thinking about scalable, or if it takes some parameters, some configurable parameters, and it is working fine, then it's good. You don't have to always over engineer the things. But if let's suppose your object has lots of parameters, and you want to write a clean code, and you want to add a layer of abstraction, you want to keep the object creation into step by step, still maintaining the immutability, then definitely this type of pattern can be really, really helpful. I don't want to over explain it, but that's it about the builder pattern. I will push all the code into the GitHub repo so that you can find it in my channel. That's it. In the next video, we are definitely going to see the prototype pattern and some other patterns also. So meet you in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Thank you. Have a great day.